Hi, everybody. I'm Sherry Jones, and welcome to The Writer's Life. See if I can get a better light here. There you go. Welcome to The Writer's Life. Today, in honor of the National Organization for Women's Love Your Body Day, I'm going to give you a visual tour of my body from feet to head. National Organization of Women's Love Your Body Day is a day in which we women celebrate our bodies. We refuse to conform to the media hype, and we experience and love our bodies with all their flaws and imperfections. And in fact, we see them not as flaws and imperfections. So I'm going to celebrate my body and all the wonderful things it's done for me, because you know, we're all beautiful, and we are also so much more than that. So here we go. Here, look at those ugly feet. I don't know what to say. They're pretty misshapen, and they have bunions, and they're wide feet. I've got like some little toe fungus here causing my toenail to look gnarly. But you know what? I love my feet, and you know why? Because they have taken me thousands of miles. In 1989, I even walked Montana's Continental Divide Trail for my first ever published book titled The Hiker's Guide to Montana's Continental Divide Trail. 961 miles, and my feet, guess what, were hurting the whole time because of these darn bunions. I had boots, specially made Fabiano boots, but they were really not quite wide enough, it turns out. But anyway, they've also done a lot of dancing. I love to dance, and I've been on many dance floors, including on a floating disco on the Danube River in Belgrade, Serbia in 2009 or 10, I can't remember. Anyway, it was really a blast. I'm so happy that my feet have empowered me to do so many wonderful activities. Okay, so here we go. This is pretty significant. This, I don't know if you can see it, there's a scar right there. And this scar came from Burning Man 2010. Now, if you know Burning Man, you know it's a big 10-day arts festival in the Nevada desert. They have like tens of thousands of people. I think now they're up to like 50,000 people. And I got this because I was looking up at all the beautiful art when I should have been looking down. So it bled a lot, and they had to stitch it up there at Burning Man. Luckily, they have a good medic crew, and so you can barely see it. Okay, here are my knees. Now, when I was a kid, my friends made fun of my knees. They called them knobby knees. And, you know, it was the first time I ever even realized that my knees were knobby. And it was really embarrassing. Oh my God, I was a pretty skinny kid. So my knees really stuck out. But then I discovered that if I went like this, that my knees looked normal. So I spent a lot of time walking around kind of stiff-legged for a while till I forgot about it. Now I don't care. I like my knees. They work pretty well. And, okay, so let's see what else. Well, I've got these hips. I don't know if you can see them. But anyway, they're pretty wide hips. My dad used to call me Butt, which is kind of weird, I know, but that was his endearment. He had a strange sense of humor. He used to call my sister Turd Roll, so he was a Southerner. Anyway, these hips served me well for having a baby, let me tell you. I've had a pretty easy birth, even though it lasted a long time. And I got a great daughter out of it, so that was awesome. Okay, so let's see. I don't know, maybe I have to switch the phone over now because I'm coming up. All right. Okay, here are my breasts. These are pretty nice breasts, I must say. They're not too big and not too small. Now, when I was a kid, I used to say I was going to either be, when I grew up, I was going to be either a Playboy bunny or a nun, depending on how my breasts turned out. And, you know, I didn't become either one. Not quite big enough for Playboy bunny and not quite religious enough for nun. But these breasts gave me lots of milk to breastfeed my daughter with. And let me tell you, if you've ever tried breast milk, it tastes delicious. It is just as sweet and yummy as coconut milk. And so she grew up, probably it's one reason why she grew up to be such a gourmand. She's really into food. Okay. Oh, I forgot my hands. Here they are. My hands. My hands, I love my hands. They're getting kind of old and wrinkly. They've got a few age spots. You know, I'm 54, so what can you do? But my hands have given me so much in my life. With my hands, I play the piano. With my hands, I write books about strong, amazing women in history to empower the women in my readership and in the world. And my hands have cooked many a wonderful meal to feed my friends. And my hands have touched the skin of many men whom I've loved. So I don't paint my fingernails. I don't really do anything to them because I'm too busy using my hands. I do admire women who have beautiful fingernails, but you know, mine always get chipped up because I use them, darn it. So, and that brings us to my face. Here's my face. I love my face. Thank you, Candace. That's so sweet. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for reading my novels. So my face, I really love my face too, and that wasn't always the case. Growing up, I was really kind of an ugly child, or at least I thought I was. I look at my pictures now and I think I looked okay. I was pretty cute, but I thought I was very unattractive. I had really long, straight, thin, mousy brown hair. But I would like to say that my eyes, my blue eyes, came from my mother. And she also has these, I think, a really beautiful shade of blue-gray. My nose caused me to get really teased a lot in school. Bunch of kids would call me Witchy Poo and from HR Puff and Stuff. I don't know if you remember that show. I got called Long Nose Witch. I got made fun of, got called Pinocchio because I had this prominent nose. But then guess what happened? As a journalist in my 20s, I was interviewing this man in Missoula, Montana, and he said to me, you know, I'm a connoisseur of noses. I really love noses, and I've been looking at yours, and I want to tell you it is the most amazing and most beautiful nose I have ever seen. And so in that moment, my whole perception of my nose changed. And now I never even think about it. Maybe my face has grown into it, or maybe it's just not as bad as I thought. So I had these teeth. My teeth are pretty soft. And have lots of chips and things. This chip here is the worst one. And I got that when I was drinking from a water jug with my sister we lived in New Mexico. We were kids. And I was drinking from a glass bottle of water and I was hogging it. And I was teasing her by deliberately not giving it back to her. And she was like, I don't know, 5 years old, and I was 7. And she got angry and smacked the bottom of the bottle and it chipped my tooth. So now whenever I look at this in the mirror, it's a reminder to me not to be selfish and greedy. So anyway, that's my body. That's my story. All my stories wrapped up in my body. I'm so happy that my body is healthy, safe and sound, that I don't have any major health issues. And I invite you all, women and men alike, to love your bodies and don't fall for the media hype that tells you you have to look a certain way. Because you know it's really what's inside that counts. If you want to read this full essay, it's actually much more detailed and has other stories in it. You can go to my website at www.authorSherryJones.com. Thank you.